Hi everyone, my name is Saksham and today I'm going to touch a very important, very sensitive topic. It's not that sensitive, but it's very important. It is about Diwali and one thing that we really like on Diwali, which is crackers, patake. So let's begin. In 1923, there were two brothers by the surname Sivakasan who started a matchbox factory in Kolkata. Sambe, that was the capital. And no, I think the capital was Delhi, but yeah, that time, 1932 or 33, World War One broke out. Then in 1939, that World War One ended. Now, in any kind of an event or a situation like this, especially those who understand supply chains, people try to make uh, inventory for any amount of like demand that can happen. And especially in this situation, they had made so much of explosive TNT and all that. This was the practical scenario. So the governments worldwide, technically in that era, there were very few people governing the world. But yes, just like today, there was a silent push ki we need to clear out this inventory. Now the concept of the firecracker itself is borrowed from some ancient Chinese custom. Then there was some Mughal ankle into it. But essentially, this whole concept that something that explodes and radiates a lot of light, that was borrowed as a way to dilute and sell this product, because we don't want to keep so much of it. Now there's no practically foreseen need until 1942 somebody approached and started a war again. But yeah, 1940, see 1935, I guess the World War ended. Yeah, so that time there was a lot of need to sell. And generally this is one of the sales principles I teach them in a different forum. There a lot of demand, whenever it has to be generated, something you need to amalgamate in the culture. You want to sell the you want to increase the sales of um, meaningless gesture inducing products like teddy bears or these things. Just add a culture of Valentine's week, then advanced tactic. And obviously me individuals might not have that capacity to do that, but like organizational institutions, governments do. This whole thing about Diwali and how cracker should be instituted as a part of Diwali celebrations was never a part of India, first of all. Now, not going get making this video nationalistic, let's stick to some basic important principles. Minds have two circuits about how they respond to stimuli. One is that you receive the stimuli, your whole process. For example, an auditory stimuli, it will go through the vagus nerve and it will go through the hippocampus and everything, like neofrontal cortex, and then it will register to the entire parts of the body. But there's one more circuit which is called flight and fight response syndrome, where the 30-50 millisecond response from the eardrum or that you say nerve that goes up directly to the thalamus and then directly to the amygdala, that triggers a response where your HAV cycle is invoked, our CRH, ACTH, and let's say cortisol is released, and so many other things. As a chain reaction they will happen. Now the effect that has on the body, heart rate, palpitating. It's like somebody coming up to you and saying, "Boo!" It is shock. It will put you up in that state. Now imagine there is a small naughty child running, or let's say 15 naughty children running in your house. First of all, why will you call it a house? But yes, let's say 15 naughty children are running in your house, and all of them are saying boo 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 boo. Not a this is not a disco, but yeah. Uh, just imagine the peril. Now multiply the intensity by 25,000 for one cracker, and let's say 25,000 into 13,000 into like that. Giving throwing up random numbers, but you get the point. Constantly our bodies for one whole night, they are being kept into that thing, that situation. Yeah, this kind of situation, when trained soldiers also have some damaging effect, because that intensity of those explosions is very different. That too even carries shrapnel around, sometimes toxic gases, bioweapons. So that can a human body is not designed to endeavor. You let's say there's a whole number of things you can link this whole this phenomena with, from a child, let's say being born 9 6 9 months around that, because that's from that time the boy is growing up or the girl is growing up, the human is growing up 5 6 years 10 years. Imagine the kind of neuropsychiatric damage or restructuring that brain has. And when we people say that bodies adapt, it doesn't necessarily mean it remains the same. Like in our lives, remove the no, there's no one who can make that survey or make that research. Ki, let's say you make a control C control V copy of Saksham Kumar, and reframe the trajectory from birth till this date. His whole there's no single cracker on Diwali. Nobody can do that, but you try to, so we can only anticipate what kind of loss we have incurred as a generation. Not to mention ki these are explosives, for God's sake. कितनों की like so many people lose their faces, their eyes, sometimes property. And let me share a dark secret about Indian society, and people would really call me out or like blaspheme me for this, but there's a sadistic tendency. We somehow feel pleasure in ki we have done that. It's the same thing na, that is the same tendency that makes us drive into let's say saying this, I'm doing this for your own good, and then do something really horrendous or gaslight the person or do that. Is exactly, see, I can connect thousands of things around this thing. My only suggestion is, so I'm not like being a police man over here or moral policing that we should not do this, we should not, no. Just understand what impact it does, and let's say whatever has happened. We millennials, can we be a bit smarter? Let's say your children are, let's say 5 6 7 10 years old. Can we be a bit smarter and let's say not expose them? And this is strange. I've seen no rich person, like no person of wealth or something. Like, they don't actually celebrate. Not too many of them. They don't celebrate Diwali in this country. It's actually a menace. These crackers are actually a menace. Nobody likes that. And then, like, practically, I've seen and just experienced that you're going with your vehicle around down the road, and then the people looking at you from their balcony and all, and then moment you come in, they will burst some kind of thing. Why? Just because, let's say, in a particular situation, damage did not happen doesn't mean damage can not happen. Not even bringing up the pollution and everything. Maybe we can start thinking differently. Like, this is our custom, we have been growing up. Where's the fun in that? First of all, customs and everything, they are established for a reason. Can you not unestablish it? And where's the fun? Okay, where is the fun in actually doing let's say where is the fun in actually harassing or creating disturbance? Yes, it is a disturbance. Let's not be oblivious that crackers do not bring any happiness. It's just the venting out of the frustration, and it is just venting out of that energy which is caused by so many other strenuous situations in your life that you're trying to amalgamate with the under the cover of that festival. Might as well try to be productive, connect with the family, understand what your daughter might be going through, understand where is your son facing trouble in his careers or let's say school. Maybe try to connect that I am there for you. Equivalently, for the parents also, instead of trying to and yeah, the Diwali, there are other social games that play out during Diwali time, but why not we try to solve some of these problems? I'm not saying this will make your life 20 100 times drastically better, but 20-30% improvement can be achieved. It's still good enough. But just 1 to 2 actions, and that being said, there was no need for get involved into crackers and all that. Come on, this is the society which comes out of the understanding of karma or the karma. Maybe after 6 7 months or like 1 year, 2 years of this, let's say you create a situation locally. Okay, this place crackers would not be involved. Maybe there's a difference you will observe, start observing. And I would request you ki if people around you want to burst crackers, use this video as a reference, share that this is the person, this is a baldy saying something really crazy. Just let's say you want to frame it like that. So try to have a more meaningful connecting Deepavali. Worship the Lord. Sri Ram made his Leela to come back to Ayodhya. But do you know that on the same day, Deepavali, Lord Krishna made a very brilliant Leela of letting Mother Yashoda tie him in a Damodar form? That's something to discuss or learn or worship. With that, please like, share this video. Please share it to 3 or 5 people around you, and comment with your findings. And see you.